What's going on, Cancer? And welcome to the Chariot Friends. Justin here, and I hope you're feeling fantastic today. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Let me move this over a little bit. I feel this is kind of far. There we go. Your support really is just amazing, Cancer, and it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy Higher Self has brought you here. We're in for an amazing journey. Now, the purpose of this channel, for those of you who have Cancer in your placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, wherever, Cancer, this one's for you. And I do tarot cards based off our ruler here, the good old Moon. And I'll talk about what sign she's in, what phase she's in, and when she's going to avoid a course. There's all of those lunar shenanigans. And just so you're all aware, Cancer, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one, so take what resonates with you. Leave the rest with me. Never force a reading on a situation, and everything will be dope, Cancer. Now, let's jump into it. Alright, Cancer, your space has been cleansed. Crystals, feeling lovely. Just great energy all around here, Cancer. And Cancer, happy Venus Day. Venus is associated with Fridays, so this would be a great time. Maybe you're gonna go out there, get your hair did, maybe get your nails done, maybe go out there, maybe just do some, maybe even take like a spa day, Cancer. Maybe go treat yourself. Or this could be one where we're maybe thinking about wanting to go on a date, possibly. Or this could even be a great day too for even getting your finances in order there, Cancer. Venus can be associated with finances. She's ruled by Taurus, or she's ruled by Taurus. She rules over Taurus. So just something to think about there, Cancer. Really kind of enjoy yourself. Maybe even go out there and appreciate some of the beauty out there, Cancer, whether this just be nature in general, or this can maybe go to like an art festival, or maybe to an orchestra, or whatever that's looking like there for you, Cancer. And that could be perfect energy for you to do that with, since we're getting ready to go void a course today. You like that, Cancer? The moon's going to be going void a course at about 5:08 a.m., and that'll be Pacific time. And then she will be moving from Scorpio into Sagittarius on Saturday, the 2nd of March, at about 5:56 a.m. So we're looking at about a 24-hour, 47-minute void of course time there, Cancer. Oh, okay, Cancer. Got cards and decks going all over the place. Thank you, guys. But with the void of course energy, Cancer, this is a time when the moon forms her last aspect with one of the celestial bodies, and then she just kind of wanders for a little bit. She goes out of her way, and she invites you to do the same there, Cancer, because wherever you happen to have the Cancerian frequency, that's where there is this extra sensitivity that's going on there. Our sign is one that feels very deep emotions. We feel emotions unlike any other sign. And that can be a lot, having that sensitivity and that being able to access that subjectiveness and to be able to feel the nuances of this consciousness of source, of this experience the way that we do. And that can be a little overwhelming sometimes if we're not familiar with these energies and how they impact us in these different phases of the lunar cycle, which is why I feel Cancerian energy can be one that is so complex, is because that there are so many the moon is associated with us as our main ruler, as our only ruler, and you know, she does a lot compared to the other planets. The only one after her would be Mercury, you know, but even Mercury is only going retrograde 4 times a year, where the moon's going void of course every other day, it seems like. So it's just to remind us to take a moment and just kind of check in with yourself, to be compassionate with yourself, Cancer. Meet yourself where you're at on this transformation, on this journey, and you take some time to do some self-care, whether that be maybe doing some gardening, maybe this is just sitting in meditation, doing some breathing, maybe this is just, maybe this, you know, maybe we don't have a lot of time, maybe our schedules were busy, just finding moments to breathe anyway, you know, or just like little moments throughout the day. Maybe this is finding meditation in, if we have children, maybe we're engaging meditation in meditation when never mind, but maybe we're engaging in meditation while we're, you know, in that inner child state, you know, while we're playing with them as well, remembering that inner, you know, that inner child that likes to have fun too. You know, there's so many ways I feel that we can do meditation that's more than just the sitting cross-legged under a tree, which is fantastic that Cancer do that as well if you can. But you know, this could be even like taking an Epsom bath, being conscious when we're in the shower, working with crystals, but just doing things to just be mindful of your energies. And also to Cancer, you may notice that starting up things during void of course energies can be, oh, actually that thumbs down that came up there, it could be a little hard there, Cancer. It's not to say that we can't do stuff during this energies. You know, I hear people talk about doing stuff during Mercury retrograde. It all depends on how you work with the energies. But it's just something to be mindful of when you're starting up things during the void of course, how that energy takes off. Do you actually feel like you want to get this thing? You know, just listening to those nuances of your body. Or you may notice too, Cancer, that your plans may be subject to unexpected changes during this time, and also that people may be less likely to make decisions during this period of time. So just something to be aware of as well there, Cancer. And then we're still got that little bit of that waning gibbous energy that's happening in Scorpio. And I feel with this, Cancer, this can be where Scorpio is that, you know, of the signs where we feel the deepest in emotion, Scorpio is the most introspective. You know, they really know how to, they're like the detectives of the zodiac, the sorcerers, the hypnotists. They take things up from below down, deep down in the depths, and bring it up to the surface. And I feel that this could be for some with this waning gibbous, considering that both of Scorpio's rulers are in Aquarius energy. I feel this could be one where we're really kind of asking ourselves, have we been showing, I almost feel like, have we been maybe showing others this, how do I want to put this? I almost feel like there's been this superficial side, maybe for some of you, Cancer, that I feel like maybe we've been kind of putting out there. And it's like, how can we further maybe get more involved maybe with the group in a sense, you know, like taking things like hidden parts of ourselves and being a little more vulnerable. Not like we're not like wearing our heart on our sleeves, but I just feel like that there's this, where Aquarius energy is very friendly, is very fun, and about the groups and things, there is this detachment that comes from Aquarius. Is that, and I feel like it's in that they don't lose themselves in that group, but I almost feel like that maybe there's, for some, that this could be, I feel like this could be where maybe for some, if we have this problem with this sort of like group intimacy, or like getting to know people a little bit different, or like this connection that's, I feel like is kind of maybe trying to happen here. It's like, how can we maybe let go of maybe some of those fears that kind of have power over you in a sense there, Cancer, that keep you from, that maybe even keep you separated in a sense. Because I'm just thinking even too, Aquarius is a very diverse sign. Because one thing I really love about Aquarius energy, I feel like compared to other signs, is that everyone I've met who, especially like Aquarius suns, they're so different. It's like they like, from how they look to how they act, there is that uniqueness that is very strong. You know, there's something about the air that they carry that is just, it's different. And I feel like there could even be too this letting go maybe of, it's this being individual, but also when this embracing diversity as well there, Cancer. And like I feel like there's, for some, it's like maybe we're afraid we may lose ourselves in a certain group, or maybe that our stuff may not be heard, or maybe we're more of the quiet type. But I feel there's this integration here that's maybe wanting to happen with this, just with this energy here. Again, considering that both of the rulers, or the dispositors where our rulers at, is in, again, both are in Aquarius. There could be just this tension as far as like, how do we further integrate our, how do we build this, what's the word I'm looking for? This, it's a deeper than camaraderie, but it's like this, it's again this, like this intimacy, like showing up a little bit differently, being a little bit more vulnerable, not having these sort of like superficial, just these superficial type of interactions there, because that's very unfulfilling for Scorpio. So yeah, I hope that makes sense, Cancer. But yeah, I think I'm gonna leave that there. But you know, Cancer, this is something too. If you're curious about how these energies are working in your placements, you know, in your specific natal chart, this could be something where you book a reading with me. You know, I have links down in the description box below with the different services that I offer. And one is with just like the astrology chart, just looking at your natal placements, seeing how the planets may be transiting throughout each of your planets, or excuse me, through each of your houses. What are some themes that may be of importance to you that you're wanting to look into, and maybe understand the root cause if we maybe have a little bit of insecurities of being involved with groups, or maybe there's something with even like the group dynamics that's changing that we're learning to let go, and like what does that mean for us, and all types of things there, Cancer. We could definitely get into the nitty gritty of that. I could talk about astrology till the sun goes down, so until Mars rises up. But yeah, just definitely something, if that resonates with you, Cancer, definitely check that. I also offer tarot card readings as well down there, so avail yourself of all that information. You can find that also on my Instagram page in the link section. I think that's what it's called, Cancer. You're very tech savvy. I believe in you. But last couple things, Cancer. These readings that I do, they're not gender specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations. And then the decks that I'm working with, I've included links to them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested. But also down below are some links for some other readers that I enjoy watching their, Cancer, so definitely check them out. They're a very intuitive group. I think you'd enjoy them. There's a link for an astrologer that I enjoy watching as well. A couple of podcasts down there, and some tools for some apps that I really do enjoy there, Cancer. So avail yourself of all this stuff, all kinds of goodies down there. But let's go ahead and get into your general energy of the day there, Cancer. And I'm with it, because look at you following the stream. Oh, well, I just ruined it there for you, Cancer. You got the following the stream card here, which is a card of dedication, trust in future rivers and oceans. And you know, Cancer, I kind of like that this came up too, because I feel that with all this, you know, Pluto moving into this futuristic energy now, we're getting out of this, you know, and granted Venus is still there. We still have a lot of heavy Aquarius energy, but we are moving from this Aquarius to this Pisces energy. So it's like we're thinking about this future, and now it is kind of starting to flow into, the rivers are starting to flow into the cosmic oceans that are Pisces. And it's just like, what are we dedicated to? What do we trust? What are some things that we may have, I feel even with this Waning Gibbous in Scorpio, what are some things that we may have put full stock into that just are no longer doing it for us anymore? You know, and maybe it's trusting that maybe we're getting a nudge of going a different direction. Maybe this could be in our careers, maybe in our jobs, maybe, and it may not even be just like you're changing jobs. It's maybe you want to go to a different position, possibly maybe you want to go to management, maybe you're working where you want, whatever this is looking like. But I feel that there's this, I feel like there's almost this energy that may be kind of deep down inside you, Cancer, that's wanting you to follow a specific path that may not make sense to you, but it's very interesting what's coming through here. You know, if you've been putting something off, or you've been wanting to see where something takes you, or you've just been like this calling, like, man, I wonder what it'd be like if I did this, or I've always wanted to try that, or, you know, like, I need to make more time for this. It's something about following that. And because the thing with Scorpio energy, and it's very interesting with both the Scorpio's rules being in Aquarius, is that where Aquarius is more intellectual, Scorpio is very much about feelings. You know, they go, because intellect and things can taint or muck up the emotions when we think too hard about it. Then we're overthinking, then we don't act. You know, and I feel like Scorpio is one that we're not guaranteed the future. We're not guaranteed tomorrow. We're not guaranteed 5 minutes, you know, but it's not to get morbid, Cancer, but that Scorpio's energy is talking about those sort of uncomfortable things, how finite this journey can be in this vessel, you know, and in learning to trust in our intuition more, follow those guidelines. And it's tough, Cancer, because when you think about Pluto, just thinking about Pluto in Aquarius, you know, Pluto is where we have power. And now we've gone from this kind of hierarchical type of energy of Capricorn, and now we're in this humanitarianistic energy of Aquarius. And I feel like there's a spotlight on the things that do control the flow. It's like we've all been pushed down been made to follow this certain stream, but it's just like we don't all fit in this stream. There are many other streams, like we're all trying to bottleneck into this one stream, and there's like hundreds of other ways to get to the same source. And that's why I feel like this Pluto in Aquarius energy, maybe even the Scorpio energy that's coming up, like there's something here that's like, if it's learning to trust in something despite how things have been fed to us, Cancer, and where we may be dedicating our energies to. And I don't feel like it's like necessarily taking, if it doesn't feel safe, to take like a full plunge into something. Start working your stream during that, or start working towards swimming in a different type of stream, going, because Aquarius energy is one that doesn't follow the mold, doesn't fit in with the group. Groups don't mean anything if everyone's doing the same stuff. Nothing happens. But it's when we bring that individuality that Aquarius reminds us that, you know, those deep passions that Scorpio reminds us about that we have, then these sort of like changes happen here, Cancer. But let me get some tarot on this and kind of get some details with us. Because this could be, too, where we've been maybe following or trusting in a certain type of thing. Maybe this is like a certain relationship. They say you've been wanting to go some type of way. Or, again, maybe this is a job that's telling you to do something. Maybe this is social media. But, thank you, guys. Something here is like coming through as far as like following your own path there, Cancer. But, interesting. So you have a small reversal storm here, but that's all right, because you have the Three of Swords, the Queen of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, and then the Temperance card, Sagittarius energy, in reverse, which we're going to be moving into Sag next. And we have the Five of Cups and the Nine of Swords upright here, Cancer. And, you know, Cancer, I feel that maybe for some, if we're having this trouble maybe following this stream or trusting where this flow is kind of taking you here, I feel like it's a part of this trust may be happening from maybe a past situation. Maybe we had something where we were following our feelings, we're following emotions, and it didn't quite go how we had manifested. And now it's very interesting what I'm feeling with this Five of Cups, because it's like, for some, you may not, it's like in that disappointment, in that failure, we've allowed that to defeat you and let you be like, oh, well, now that happened, I can't possibly tackle that again. It would be like just if I had started my channel and if I didn't get like the viewers that I want, you know, let's say if it didn't get like X amount of views, and it's like, oh, well, whatever, it wasn't meant to be, you know. But it's a little bit, I feel like the Five of Cups is asking you more than that, you know. It's like, sure, we may have had a defeat, we may have had something where we needed to heal from and process a mistake or something that may have went well. But I feel the Temperance card is asking you if we're doing something because we're settling for a situation because it doesn't seem easy, or because we may failed in the past, or because there are these anxieties of this fear of things repeating themselves again, then we'll never create our own opportunities here. We're just waiting for things to come to us, as opposed to, and stay almost like in this indecisive energy with the Queen of Swords, because this is Libra energy for me. And that things could stay in this energy of lack of clarity in things. Yeah, if we allow ourselves to be fueled by this fear here, Cancer. But I even feel too, for some, it's like I feel like you may know that you need to do, like, not even know you need to do this. You don't, because you don't need or have to do anything that doesn't resonate with you, Cancer. But I do feel like that there's something that is trying to guide you somewhere, but the road doesn't feel clear. We can't seem to comprehend it, maybe mentally, but it's just like we feel something is coming together. Again, there's this trust that it's like investing as much as if you feel it feels comfortable for you there, Cancer, and then kind of sit with that, you know, as far as like, not to judge yourself, but it's like, okay, maybe I don't want to go full in on a business, for example, but maybe I want to get some flyers out there, or get some things maybe cooking up, just as an example. You know, start taking steps towards there, maybe working the two, like our main job and our side business, along one another until things kind of take off there. But I do feel that there is, like, you know, if there's something here about needing to trust more. I'm not sure how to put this, Cancer, but I do feel like it's just if something's here with the Temperance card that just doesn't feel like in alignment with you there, Cancer, I feel like there's something that's needing to, yeah, just explore that a little bit more here, because it's like this Five of Cups is giving me this kind of stagnant energy, and I feel like it's like maybe for some we might be stagnant, not only feel like we don't know where to go, but they feel like there's this pressure of knowing that there's needing to get some type of motion there, if that's something that makes sense. But let me get some more tarot on this, Cancer. Because I feel if we don't do anything because of fear or something that, Cancer, then we'll never get any kind of opportunities with the Ace of Pentacles. And a failure or disappointment isn't something where it's, again, like, oh, letting this something define what you're doing, or define what may have went wrong. But it's just like, how do we learn from that experience? Let me get the rest of your cards here, Cancer. Thank you, guys. Let's see what's going on. Oh, there's our ruler. What's good? Oh, look at all these people, Cancer. Oh, look at all these people, Cancer. So you have, and a couple of couples here, Cancer. So you have hubby here, King of Swords, and the Eight of Wands in reverse. And then you have the King of Pentacles, the lovely Queen of Cups, and then her husband here, the King of Cups, Cancer. And you know, with all of these people being here, Cancer, I feel that there's this energy with the Eight of Wands that maybe for some we've been kind of trusting where others have been guiding you. And I feel like that's great. But I feel like this Knight, or excuse me, this King of Swords is, because both of your swords are, it's interesting that both of your swords are in reverse, but your cups are upright here. I feel that there's this energy with taking what people, like when you're looking for any type of guidance or Cancer, with it, whether this be through tarot, whether this be through therapy, whether this be through any sort of thing, you know, I feel like it is making sure you take what resonates with you and leave the rest with them. But for some, I feel there is this energy, though, of not just knocking other people, because, you know, something may not make sense to us. It's like there's just considering this other side here. Something's happening with this King of Swords. Like, because I find it very fascinating that your queens and your kings are at odds here. And one happens to be intellectual and one happens to be emotional when we're talking about Scorpio energy, an emotional one under the influence of this intellectual energy. So I feel like there's a lot of brain, maybe a lot of head and heart that may be coming into battle here, there, Cancer, when it comes to this trusting where things to go, or trusting where this river is going, the river is flowing. And in all of that, even as I'm talking about it, it just feels like a lot. Breathe, Cancer. Excuse me. Take a moment and just kind of tune in. You know the answers for what you're looking for at the end of the day. It is all within, with the High Priestess being here. You know, trust that guidance, you know, and I feel like that's where we find the abundance with the King of Pentacles being here. And I feel too, that's interesting. And I feel like, you know, when it comes to, you know, you doing any sort of work, Cancer, remembering that too, that I'm just thinking with this King of Pentacles, he could be very entrepreneurial. And I feel like it's not necessarily that people are taking credit for the work that you're doing, but remembering that this work that you're doing, again, people are just giving you advice. You're the one that's doing this work, you know, that's doing this thing. You can only do what feels right for you, Cancer. I feel with the King and Queen of Cups being here. So where it is, and that might be something too, Cancer. There may be something that we're feeling like we're needing to do that may not make sense to others. But again, it just feels like in your heart, you just know that this is what you need to do. Trust that, Cancer. And it all, like, again, all this stuff, we're all trying to get to the same ocean. You know, we're trying to get to that sense of source again. But yeah, what I'll say with this, Cancer, because this is very interesting. It's like with the King and Queen of Cups, it's like we have the feelings down. I feel like it's like we know where we need to go intuitively, but it's like something with the mind space is not linking up, or it could even be in the, like, or it could be this energy of, in order to make sense of something, we need to get this stronger sense of emotional understanding here with the situation, feeling more, Cancer. In trust, I feel with the Eight of Wands too, that things move in divine timing. That, again, that may not be the greatest thing to hear, may sometimes feel like a cop-out. But I just, you know, personally, I just had a situation where I wasn't necessarily doubting my intuition. I'm just like, oh, shoot, like, am I doing this work? Like, you know, like, it's you know, of course, it's normal that it happens with all of us there, Cancer. And then right as I was like, well, no, everything is going to be fine, everything was fine. It just took, in those past moments, the days leading up to when things came together, it was a little tough, you know. It was hard to, you know, having to trust that everything was going to be fine, that, you know, that in the right now, everything is as it needs to be. You know, we've done the steps that we can, and if we haven't, you know, what more? But very interesting, Cancer. But let's get some advice from Mars and Pluto. But the biggest thing here, Cancer, I just feel like in that sort of confusion, I just feel like with the King and Queen of Swords, you know, again, just kind of trust that inner guidance, you know. And oh, interesting, Cancer. Very interesting. Thank you, guys. So, here's another divine counterpart. So you have the High Priestess husband, the Hierophant, which is Taurus energy, the World, Saturn energy, the Knight of Swords, and the Five of Swords in reverse. And then you have the Knight of Cups and the Moon, Pisces energy up right here, Cancer. And let's switch back over. Because I find this just, again, a lot of people here, but it's fascinating that you got both the Knight and the King, or Knight of Cups and the Knight of Swords, and the Knight of Swords is in reverse. So I feel that there is this energy for some that this feels like it's more so of a very, in order to, I feel like, get more on path, more on target with where you're wanting to go on this journey here, Cancer, and to kind of see things clearly, because the Moon is this kind of confusion, sort of foggy type of energy that's going on there. I feel like in order to do that, we're getting, like, it's feeling like for some there's this energy of trust. You know, where are we dedicating our beliefs to? You know, what do we trust our instincts there, Cancer? And that's even interesting too, because I feel for some that maybe there are some people who may not agree with what you're doing. Maybe this could be a friend of the Queen of Cups, you know, that the Queen of Swords, that like, oh, that doesn't make sense, Queen. Or the King of Cups and Swords. You know, there's this dissonance that's happening here, that maybe even with the High Priestess and the Hierophant, you know, maybe their intuitions are telling them very different things. And this could be where it's not saying that they're wrong, but it is trusting in what you're doing is right for you. You know what I mean, Cancer? And I feel that this Five of Swords may be where you may be hurting some feelings here, Cancer, or not even hurting some feelings, but we may be at odds with some people here. And there may be something where, yeah, that's just one energy that's coming through there, Cancer. But I feel there is this, even if we don't operate on the same page, I feel like that doesn't mean that we can't get to the same level of abundance here with the King of Pentacles being here. He's just doing him. All these other people are worrying about what everybody else is thinking. He's just like, I just want happiness. I just want prosperity. I just want this. And I just feel that there's this, The Knight of Cups is giving me this kind of asking yourself, is what you're doing like what you really want there, Cancer? It's very fascinating what's kind of coming through there. Following your heart, trusting your intuition, trying not to lose focus on that. You know, maybe getting caught up in this kind of nebulous energy. Now we're getting ready to be in a lot of Pisces energy here soon. But I feel your intuition is going to play a big factor. And then how you process that intuition, you know, I feel like it's going to come into play here. Like, it's like almost this marriage of this head and heart energy that's happening here, Cancer. But I do feel like, last little thing, again, just with the Hierophant, he can be a teacher. Be mindful of those saying that they have the answers for you, and come in with a little bit. It's not that we don't trust anyone, but come in with a bit of discernment, you know, when it comes to dealing with anyone, you know, when it comes to leading our destiny, where we're talking to friends, again, to astrologers, to tarot card readers, to family, to whomever you may share these things with. So, and remembering that they're not a maxim, or they're not the law. That's just one way of infinite ways of going about this journey. So, and then we'll leave that there, Cancer. Just something to think about there. That's very fascinating. But if you like that, Cancer, if anything resonated with you, give it a thumbs up. And share this thing, Cancer, if you know someone who's been struggling with, you know, where this future is leading them, or learning to trust in this intuition more, or because this was a very fascinating reading there, Cancer. Even kind of me trying to follow this stream of where this is going there. But just even thinking, and I wish I would have thought about that earlier. The Temperance card can be this opposite, this marriage of two opposing forces. Because in another card in the Astro Matrix, the Temperance card is mixing these energies, and it has Leo and Scorpio. Interestingly enough, on this card, mixing that energy of fire and water, but something beautiful can come from those differences there. And then subscribe there, High Priestess. Hit that bell button, get notified when I release videos each day. And then last little bit there, Cancer. Check your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus placements. Just check your chart there, Cancer. You can check that out with me. I have links down in the description box for book a reading with me if that's something that resonates with you, Cancer. And yeah, check out all this stuff there, Cancer. Maybe this could help you get the answers that you need. Maybe this follow the stream, maybe this understanding how your north node's maybe being translated. Maybe you're a little more curious about your career. This could be where we talk about your midheaven, but see what's even going on with that. But and then, yeah, Cancer, after we've done through all that and checked your chart, come on over to my other channel, Alchemist 8. I do weekly videos there, which is kind of like talks about the astro weather that's going on, certain aspects that I feel important to talk about. I do monthly ones, and then I do yearly ones as well. The monthly ones will be coming out, not this week, but the following week. So they'll be coming out there soon there, Cancer. I'm excited. And all that housekeeping is down in the description box below. But let me get your surprise cards here, so I can get you out of here, Cancer. And you got the Four of Cups in reverse. And I feel this Four of Cups here. I almost feel that there's this energy. Be mindful about. It's like when you listen to your when you listen to your gut or listen to your intuition, how things tend to flow smoothly, but then when we kind of check out for a little bit, things kind of get a little wonky. And it's not that to say that when you listen to your intuition there aren't challenges, but it's like how to intuit through them a lot more than when we don't listen to those guides there, Cancer. And again, this is all free will. This is not saying that there's no. There was plenty period where I was not listening to my guides. I was not, and things were not. they just weren't. And since then, has there been challenges? Again, of course, but I feel more in flow with what I'm doing, and that's what I feel this Four of Cups is trying to get to, this place where we're just being a bit more receptive, listening to what the universe has to offer you, as opposed to. And I feel like what may be happening with this, why we may be turning away from this guidance, is maybe that it's maybe led you to a tough situation, and it felt like, well, it's like, oh, I can't escape this, I can't escape that, so let me just not do anything, and that's not the point. Like I was saying, it's not that we don't run into hard times. Let me get your other oracle card here, Cancer. But it's knowing that this is going to lead to growth, and is trusting in the process here, Cancer. So, interesting. But, thank you, guys. With your last card here, Cancer, you got the last quarter moon in Libra here, which is make time for self-love. And in all this energy of learning to trust and following these future rivers and things and getting in touch with the stuff, it's a lot of energy, Cancer. So make sure to take some time, void a course, check in with yourself, allow yourself to recharge, let your batteries just kind of, and I like that would come up during this void of course energy there, Cancer. So definitely make time to take care of yourself and all these things. And if you've been thinking about a lot, processing a lot of energies, and just make sure to take time to be kind, compassionate to yourself, and know that this is all part of the process. So, and that it all just I feel like it's like this sort of hindsight is 2020 type of energy that's kind of coming through there, Cancer. But all right, I think I'm going to leave that there. So you stay safe out there, Cancer. you know, with all this, with this future coming through, and yeah, trusting your intuition. I feel like it's going to really become, and understanding how intuition translates on you there, Cancer. You know, and just like how you connect with Source, I feel like it's going to be very important in making sure to guard your energies, take care of yourself going forward. But and then you raise your vibration through the roof and keep eyes on the moon. You know, when in doubt and things, you know, maybe reach out to Lunar, maybe ask for some guidance, see what answers come back for you in return there, Cancer. And I will catch you on the next one. Moon Day.